5. Who's your dog behind you?
Oh,
I
that
just
is my
noticed it.
dog. She's a little dog, but her name's Hunter. She's got a
Hunter.
big,
Okay.
for
That,
a big name for a little
that
dog.
that's appropriate. I'm speaking with Hilary Bryant, a brand new bow hunter. So
Yeah,
how did you, I mean, you're new, like you just got into archery, correct?
new. Yeah, I got into it in January actually, so not very long. I have cousins that are into archery, and as a kid growing up, I used to watch them across the field in the front window of my home growing up, and um, I watched them shoot their bows out there, and I always wanted to do it.
What took you
I'm,
so long?
I don't know. I'm 41 now. I'm 41
Are you
years old.
really?
Yeah.
Holy
And
shit.
I'm
I thought
just,
you were going to say like you're 25 or something. Holy shit.
no, it's never too late, right? It's never too late.
Oh, no,
So
no, not at all.
yeah, I have a lot of passions, that things that I wanting to try, in my age, and never did them before, and decided, I'm going to start doing what I want to do and trying new things. And I'd always wanted to do it. So my cousin's been kind of working with me, helping me, and he works in an archery shop as well.
Okay.
So he's kind of been the one helping me and getting me going, and he's planning on working with me a lot more,
So you
now
got
that I've
the,
moved.
because I see you got a Hoyt, so he must have hooked you up with a nice
Yeah.
Hoyt bow and
Oh
everything.
yeah, I give
So
the
one thing I
best. What's
noticed
the best?
when you first started shooting, uh, there was something with your draw length. So what was it? Too short, too long?
It was a little too short. It was actually 29 draw length, but that was what it was when he first measured it. And then we had to kind of once I went out and shot it, it like shortened up or something. I don't know what happened, but um then he had to go back in and adjust it for me. It's much better now, much better. So
So you started in January, and it's funny. You shoot way better than I do right now. I mean, I took you know who Joel Turner is?
I'm
He's
not sure, but it sounds familiar.
he's a shot teacher. He teaches the
Okay.
shot called the shot process. And I had him on here, and
Right.
he gave me his course because I was having some major target panic issues. But he explains that everyone has target panic. You don't realize it, but you do. But I had it bad, and I took his course. I followed the steps, and it completely. It was just the mind, I just had to
Yeah.
overcome, but I was bad. I mean, I was consistent at being inconsistent. I'd shoot one good
Right.
shot and then a shot over here, and it's like, oh, it got to the point where sometimes I was afraid to take a shot at an animal because I didn't want to. I
Right.
didn't trust myself. So, is that your? So, what's your plan right now? You just started. You see
Hmm.
yourself. You want to do some bow hunting?
I do. Yeah, I really do. I've that's my next goal, is working towards that. I'm just trying to make sure that I practice as much as possible to feel really comfortable, so that I can get out there and actually do some bow hunting. So that's my
Speak,
goal.
Speaking of comfortable, how was it when you first? So you saw your cousins for 40 some years before you finally decided to try archery. So how did you feel? Like, take me through the steps as a new beginner. I mean, I've been at it since I was a kid. So
Right.
I just remember wanting a bow, getting a bow. So how is it like you haven't never shot a bow? I mean, you probably maybe tried your cousin's bows or no? Never.
No, I went to the archery shop and I just said, all right, this is what I want to do. Teach me. I've always watched you and your dad, and I really want to try it. And, I've always wanted to do it. So he handed me a bow in the shop, and I just pulled that thing back, and it was a little hard at first. I wasn't, I was like, he's like, you
Oh
really got
yeah.
to use those back muscles, And so I, I just did it a few times, and I was like, wow, I love this, And I think it just kind of comes natural in the family, I guess, because I have several family members that shoot a bow, and my dad has his own bow. However, he never ever showed it to me or shot let me
So
shoot
you
the bow.
knew?
So
Okay.
I never even knew. I just found out he had one. So
Are you serious? Wow.
yeah, yeah. So it's
So
kind of
what?
funny.
So did he sneak out with his bow early in the morning? You didn't know he was going bow hunting, or did he never? Did he bow hunt?
No, I just never, I guess I never knew. I don't know if he actually did any bow hunting or not. Maybe he did. I think he did. Actually, I think he did. I think he went boar. He would go boar hunting, but I'm not sure. I never knew. So
Did he? So has his attitude changed? Where he's excited now? His daughter's got a bow, and do you
yeah, he
think
was
he'll?
excited for me. He was like,
Does he? Does he? Do you think you guys do some hunting together? You think maybe you'll get out and
I
do
don't know,
some
my
boar hunting?
maybe my dad's 70 now, and he can barely pull his bow back now.
Okay. Okay.
So we'll see. I mean, maybe I can get him in and get him adjusted and get a new bow or something. He's got a pretty old compound bow.
How's the pig hunting in California? Can you hunt them all the time there? No restrictions, or do they have restrictions on who you can
That
hunt?
I think there's a lot of restrictions in California, actually,
I've heard.
on hunting. So it's really difficult in California. But pig, I think, is one of the ones that, is a little bit more lenient, maybe. But I know right now it's going on. My cousin's been out shooting, boar right now. So I don't, but there's a lot of restrictions on hunting in California. So and it might get worse. I don't know. Hopefully not, because I want to get out there and do it.
They just repealed that attempt to ban bear hunting in California. Yeah. I know that a lot of people are against that, and man, that's weird. Yeah. I mean, right now I'm in Texas, and they would just laugh if you tried to ban anything related to hunting here. I can't imagine. That's kind of.
Oh no, I know.
I mean, I can understand now why a lot of people are leaving California. There's so many, between the COVID, and then if you want to go outdoors and you want to be a hunter, you can't even do half of that. And so, and even elk. I mean, I heard it's almost impossible to get an elk tag there unless you're.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Gotta wait forever. Do you see elk where you are? Can you?
Not right where I'm at. Yeah, it's not far from where I am though. Like, so if I probably drove maybe another hour or two, there would be some elk out there. But in fact, I was just over at the coast, and there's definitely elk over there. So that's along the north coast. Yeah. So I spent some time there for my birthday just this last week. So
when was your birthday?
March 15th, 41.
Okay. Mine was the 10th.
Oh, happy birthday. Belated.
Yeah, happy belated birthday, right? We're sharks. We're fish. We're sharks.
We're fishies, yeah. And that's another thing I love to do is fish. So,
do you fly fish? Ever try that? Because you're in the mountainous part. Because you're in the mountainous part of California.
Yes, I would love to fly fish. Now I've just been out on the Sacramento River, salmon fishing and bass fishing, and on lakes and ponds and stuff like that. And but no, never done the fly fishing yet. I want to.
It's so funny when I lived in Carlsbad for a year and a half. And
I know where that's at.
Funny how different Northern and Southern California. Most people relate California to Southern California. They think the surf, the beaches, and not realizing that there's beautiful mountains as you go farther north. And there are animals. There's like animals that live. I mean, they're all over southern part too, but most of the hunting takes place in northern, right? Though.
Yeah, I would say so. I know there's some down south too, but not nearly like the northern part of California.
Have you ever been on a hunt? Have you ever gone hunting with anyone?
Steve, this is what's crazy is I've always wanted to. I've never done any of us, and so that is my goal. I've always wanted to do hunting and. Go with somebody or go by myself. I don't care. I want to get into it. But right now, with COVID and everything, it's really hard to get your hunting license or your hunting, because I don't even have that. I really
Okay.
need to. I'm like a newbie at everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's
Well,
something I've always wanted to do. So
I would
I will do it.
imagine they're calling for
Determined.
hopefully herd immunity by sometime in May. So fingers crossed we'll be able to get out and do normal things like we used to and do hunting, and people can gather and take hunting courses and go to
Right.
hunting events and stuff.
Yeah.
But you still got time. Most of the hunting really occurs in turkey now and some spring bear and stuff. But
Yeah. Yeah. My cousin was talking about taking me turkey hunting. He said that'd be a good one for you to go with me. And I said, yeah, I'd love to do it.
I was just out this morning scouting, and I don't know if you saw, I had a gobbler below me for like a half an hour, just strutting back and forth. And I got it on video, and all his hen is so weird because it was normally by daylight, before daylight, just crack of dawn. They're flying out of the trees, and he was down, and all the hens were still well past sunrise. It was like 8 o'clock here because the time change.
Yeah.
Sun doesn't come up till like 7:40. It was like past 8 o'clock, and then all of a sudden the hens just started. So I got all the hens flying down, and they all went running right to him. It's pretty awesome to see.
Funny. That's cool.
Our season starts tomorrow, so I'm really excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll like it.
Yeah. I really want to do it. There's a lot of things I'm wanting to do and try now in my age, because I never did it before and I've always wanted to. So that's where I'm heading. So
yeah, I mean, the only place screw your age, you're just doing it. You just started late. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you'll definitely, I guarantee. Are you gonna? Do you want us just strictly to archery? Is that what you want to mainly focus on?
No, I mean, I have, I'm like, I want to get in. I want to collect guns and stuff too. Like I'm all about. Like I have one handgun, but it's a 9mm, but that's it. But I do go to the shooting range sometimes and shoot that. But I want to get into outdoor hunting and with my bow and with guns. But I want to also try fishing with the bow. I really want to try that too. So yeah, bow fishing.
Well, here's one thing I've learned from Instagram, because just doing this podcast and really researching, you're very attractive. Carry some pictures of you with guns, and you're gonna get and tag and hashtag, and you're gonna get a shit ton of followers, and I guarantee you'll get sponsored. I had a girl who was supposed to be on last week, and she literally canceled. She didn't cancel me. She just didn't show, and then she said she forgot. But anyways, she's one of those girls. She was on a TV show, but yeah, I mean, I follow a couple of these girls, and I'm just like, I'm sitting here thinking, but what do you really do? I mean,
yeah,
you're getting all these sponsors, but yeah, I see these girls traveling all over the place, and I'm just thinking, this is all they do.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty awesome. I mean,
I'm doing it more for the love of it. I mean, I don't care what I get. If I get sponsored by somebody, great.
Even better.
It's great. But I'm doing it because I love doing it. I enjoy it. And I actually didn't realize I was going to get as many followers as I've gotten in just a short amount of time, like 2 months. I was just mainly doing it for me, for fun. And so it's pretty exciting.
Have you shot a gun? Because you want to shoot guns?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that new too? Is that also something you just tried?
No, no, that I've actually been doing for a long time, but I've just never got into the hunting part of it. But I go to the shooting range, I'll shoot my gun, but I've shot guns when I was younger, so something like that. Yeah. The archery is just very, very new to me. So
yeah. I mean, it's funny just to watch how, it's been 2 months, and like I said, you're shooting way better than I did. And one thing I noticed that I've learned through my faults is your follow through is good. Like when you shoot, you're pulling, like you said, we're pulling your back, and when you release, what kind of release do you use? Your thumb release or the wrist release?
The trigger, the wrist. Yeah. So,
did you try different releases?
I did. I tried I tried the other one with the knuckle thing that you pull back, but I don't know what they call that one. But anyways, yeah, that was a little harder for me. I actually have a lot of back issues from a car accident. So for me, like, you know, that was a little more difficult on my shoulder blade, maybe my back, but I don't know. I mean, I might try it out again sometime, but once I strengthen up those back muscles, you know, and I feel like I've already went up in my weight a little bit on my bow, just because I've been practicing so much, you know.
What's the weight that you're at now? So
I'm only at like, yeah.
No, go ahead. Go finish.
No, I'm only at like 35 maybe, but I started out at like maybe 30. I might be at 38 now, but I was at like 33 to begin with. So not very low, very low.
Yeah.
For you know, starters.
That's another thing you'll see a lot of people. It's a lot of people, a lot of guys are so hung up on weight. And once she's done, she probably had her baby now. I have a girl that's going to come on. And she only shoots 50 pounds. And she got she hunts. She's successful almost every year. She's a backcountry hunter. She does like a regional representative and all this stuff for backcountry hunters and anglers. And anyways, she shot a massive bull with 50 pounds. And it's just so funny because guys, you know, we got this, I got to shoot 80 and Cam Haynes shoot 90. So now I want to shoot 90. Okay. Well, she just shot a huge bull with 50-pound bow. So it's all your shot placement and, you know, and being under those conditions of the stress, you know, here's the animal and you got to control your composure, stay composed. Yeah. So 30, you'll be fair. You'll build up before you know it. And then, yeah. So let me ask you this. How did you choose your bow? Did you go in and let's like walk through the process because like new people, not many people we've really, whenever, you know, that's why I want to get you on because you're brand new. So how was it for you? Did you walk in because your cousin bow shop, did he recommend certain bows? Did he tell you shoot a couple different bows to get a feel for them? Or did you have your mind set on like you did some research and said, I want this bow? How was it for you?
I did a little bit of research, but not much because I knew he would know what to tell me and when I got there. So I just said, you know, I want a good bow. And he showed me a couple and I said, okay, what's your best bow? That's what I want. So I shot a couple other ones and they said, okay, well, are you sure? He's like, they're a little spendy. And I said, I know, but that's what I want. So I want a good bow. So he showed me, you know, I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it, you know, like I'm not going to get some janky bow. I want a good bow.
No, totally. Especially if it's something you don't want to really do.
Yeah. And I'm serious about it. You know, if I'm going to be serious about it, I want the good one. So he showed me the Hoyt bow and he said, well, this is like one of the ones I got, you know, and, you know, if you want to try this one. So I said, yeah. So it's, you know, the RX4, compound and Hoyt bow. And I pulled it back and it was a little hard for me at first. You know, he's like, well, we'll have to adjust it and get you, you know, make sure we get the weight right for you and all that. So, but yeah, I just told him to show me the best of everything. And that's
same with the arrows, same thing. With the arrows, same thing. You said you wanted the best. I mean, which
the arrows I have they're good. They're not the most expensive arrows, but he wouldn't want to start me out with those until I, you know, shot a few rounds to see how I do, you know. So far so good. So haven't.
Yeah, arrows surprisingly are really expensive. I mean, maybe this is something you're looking at further down the road, but have you thought about like really getting into it, like building your own boat, not like from the ground up, you know, like putting your own strings on it and
arrows. Make my own arrow.
Having like a boat. Do you see like this? Your cousin? Do you help him out at the bow shop?
No, but I go in there quite a bit, and he, you know, we mess around in there, and he shows me things. And I'm actually still waiting for my quiver. I had ordered a quiver for my arrows so that I could have that on my bow, because that's a lot easier than going and walking over and grabbing them out of the bag each time. But yeah, I go in there quite a bit, and I'll probably be in there more now that I've moved, because I was a half hour north of him, and now I'm actually in the same town as him. So that'll be easier for me, because then I can go over there and, get help whenever I want and pick his brain.
I hope he lets you like put it in the press and do things on, because it's cool. I started doing that recently, and to do like, I build my own arrows now, and I work on my own bow now. And there's so many YouTube videos for me. I mean, you have your cousin with a shop right there who can show you how to tie a D loop and peep sight. And do you use peep sight, or you shoot without a peep sight? Did you?
I do have peep sight. Yeah.
Peep sight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And do you see yourself though, like wanting to do that, like down the road, be eventually like doing your own maintenance on your bow? And
definitely, yeah, that's definitely something
so
I
cool.
want.
You have a cousin that.
Well, and that's he's a very good he's competitive in archery competitions, and he's very good, very good. And
so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, so his father. So he's like my second or third cousin, but his father is also my cousin, but he has been doing it since he was young, and he was the one I used to watch and, through the window, watching him out there in the field. And then I started watching him teach his boys too. And so his son is the one that's actually teaching me and helping me, because I asked his mom, I said, hey, I want to get into archery, can I talk to your husband? And she said, actually, my son's the one you want to talk to. He's the one that's really good. So I was like, really? He's better than your husband? So I always knew he was really good and into archery and competitions and stuff, and did really well. So she's like, nope, he's the one you want to talk to. So that's what I did. And here I am. So
now how about, so eventually the hunting is in the future. Do you see yourself also? Because one thing I found too that's really awesome is the girls, the women, I should say, that I've interviewed on this podcast that hunt are really like, they just don't hunt. I mean, they literally do it from the hunt all the way to the kitchen table.
Right.
I mean, they do
everything. Love that.
Yeah. I mean, from processing it to cooking the meals. I have one girl, she's out of Canada, and every New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, around that time, because she hunts all over Canada. I mean, she literally hunts she lives up in Newfoundland and hunts all of Canada.
Wow.
All the animals she gets. I mean, for some, she says, like, because she'll invite family and friends over, and she'll make a big spread of food, like just all wild game, everything. And she'll put pictures up behind each meal, what animal it came from.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And and she says it gets, some people are like, ooh, because they see that. But then at the same time, it's like you actually, like, you go to the grocery store and it's just packaged, You don't know where that animal, what they lived in. And now you get to see the animal that's giving you this food. So I think it's a really cool idea. I mean, I loved it.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I would love to start doing all that stuff. Obviously, those women have been probably doing the hunting their whole life, and they know, they've been around it and know how to do all that and prep it and stuff. That's obviously something I would have to learn, but I would love to do that. Of course. So, I mean, I'd love to eat what I shoot,
Yeah.
So
it is. It's pretty. Yeah. It's pretty awesome to think about. I mean, there's so many people like, oh, I can't believe you do that. And it's like, I'm not wasting it, and I know where it's coming from, and it's all real. This is like truly, when you talk about grass fed, this is organic grass fed.
Right. It doesn't
across
get
the
any
board.
more organic than that, right?
Yeah. She literally grew up hunting. She Newfoundland. It's like her family. She's telling me her grandmother's 90 years old and just shot a moose just this year.
Oh wow!
And I said, "Well, 90?" She said, "Yeah." And she says,
"That's awesome.
She's ever eaten is wild game her entire life." and
Yeah.
she's 9 years old and she's able to still hold a
What she
rifle.
does.
And yeah, so I said, that's my goal. I want to be able to do stuff like that when I'm 90 years old, still function.
Same here.
You have kids?
And yeah, I have two. I
How
have
old are they?
a son, he's 19, and my daughter is 12. So
Are either one of them, because it's new in your family. I mean, you just recently picked it
to
up.
me and my kids, yeah, it's new to me.
What are their thoughts? Do they want to try it?
Actually, they want to try it. So I
Okay.
think this would be fun getting them into it now because they're young. Get them into it now. I mean, I waited so long to do it. Something I've always wanted to try, but it's an expensive sport. So it's like
Yeah.
I kind of had to wait until I was a little older, maybe, to afford something like that. So, but
Well, and it's cool to, it's a family bonding activity,
yeah,
and you get them off their phone and off their
I
ass doing
know.
outside.
I know that's the best part, getting them outside activities, especially right now, COVID and everything. It's like so easy for them to just be stuck inside playing on their phones. It's getting a little bit better now, but still have to go everywhere, wearing a mask and stuff around here in California.
So your father's happy. How about the rest of your family? Like, well, see, you haven't hunted yet. That'll be different.
Yeah.
Because I've talked, the interviews I've done, it's all mixed. One girl said some
Yeah.
of her family's excited, and the other parts of her family are like, I can't believe you're a hunter. It's like,
Oh no, my family's, we grew up out in the country, but my dad never did take me hunting, which I don't know why he never asked or thought of it. But, I was always a tomboy growing up. I was climbing trees. I was swimming in mud holes with my brothers. And, we had a cattle ranch, we had a pond and, growing up. And so, I mean, I've been around country life, farm life, my whole life. And then my cousins, they all do hunting. They would probably take me. So, my dad kind of got out of hunting a long time ago, um, but my family's, they're excited for me, so.
so you had brothers? Do you have any sisters or just brothers?
I have a sister too. Yeah. I have quite a big family, actually.
Did your father take your brothers hunting?
Maybe my older brother, but my younger brothers they never really got into it. Actually, well, my brother, just younger than me, may have. He might have gone a couple times. Like I think it was mostly just pig, like pig hunting. But now my one cousin, he actually has a page on Instagram. He's into bear hunting. Does a lot of bear hunting.
You want to try that?
I would love to try that. I would love to try anything. I'm really wanting to get into all of it, like, now I'd love to, shoot my bow at a big buck, eventually. I'd love that. So, and then, we had black-tailed deer here and mule deer, I think. So.
Is it hard to get a deer tag in California?
Yeah, I think it's getting harder and harder, but I don't know with COVID right now. I don't know how, what the regulations are on all of that, but I know it's always been kind of hard, but I think it's even harder now. But I still just got to do the whole process of the hunting process, the license and all that. So I still got to get into it.
You'll like it. I mean, I still remember my archery. I think I was 12 or 13. I still remember it was so much fun. It was way fun. It was way more fun than the gun, just because we got to go around and shoot, like walking through the woods, and they had, this is in the 80s, so the 3D targets were
not like they are now.
No, not at all. But
actually,
it was
that's
cool.
My next thing, getting a 3D target. So
you can find good deals online, especially on Instagram. There'll be there's one Hit or Miss Archery in Albuquerque. They always and Elk 101. I got a really cool. He's right there. I mean, it's not a big one. It's not a big elk, but it's, it's a 3D target.
Yeah.
It's just something that's more size of a deer, but it was cheap. I couldn't believe I said I got to get it. They had a sale. So yeah, if you follow some certain like Elk 101 and Hit or Miss Archery, they'll have and I'm sure there'll be others, but you can find really good deals certain times of year that you can find 3D targets. Like, so jump on it and get that, because otherwise you're paying like for like a freaking like an actual elk, like full size elk. It's like $1,200, $1,400.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm sure. It's as expensive as your bow. What about, do you want to do because I know like it's hard, like you said, in California. Do you think you'll probably go hunt other states eventually?
Oh yeah, I think I would. Yeah I would definitely want to try that. Yeah. And I've already had, some messages from people. Hey, if you ever want to come, here to hunt, let me know, so
Jeez,
definitely.
Nice. I don't get those messages.
So, it's a good way to make friends, right? On Instagram. So
that's the cool thing about hunting, and the Total Archery Challenge is a cool deal where you can go out and, I don't know, have you ever heard of those? Total Archery Challenge and Mountain Archery Fest, stuff like that.
Yeah. In fact,
those are fun.
My cousin was, he was at some archery, not tournament, but it was just challenge, like you were saying, over the weekend. And I was gone though. So of course I could have done that, but yeah, I'd like to get into stuff like that too,
they're fun.
But I really want to do the hunting. That's my main goal, is why I wanted to pick up a bow, is do some bow hunting. But
it's very cool.
I think archery tournaments would be fun as well, but I'm more for the hunting aspect of it.
I think for starters, like I said, when you said your age, I was like, because I've seen, like, I saw your pictures, I'm thinking you're probably early 20s, and to find out now you're the second. She was 33 when she started hunting, but she was the same way. She just decided, I just posted her podcast, Amy Hall, and she was the same way. She goes, I want to try hunting. She just said, out of the blue, I want to try hunting. And she told her husband she doesn't want any help. She did it all around.
Yeah. Well, I'm all by myself. I'm doing it all by myself right now.
That's cool though. But
not
you got
married.
a cousin, but it's very cool that you're doing it for starters, and the goals that you have set for yourself to be able to do the hunting part, which won't be hard, and you're going to really enjoy it, because it's you're up close and personal for starters with the animal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so peaceful when you're archering. There's no guns, during rifle season, and the animals just seem to act different.
And,
yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, it's very
different
right now, because I grew up in New York, and right now I'm just reminiscing about how when I used to bow hunt deer in New York, how it was during October was my favorite month, because it was so quiet. There's no guns, because November was deer season for rifle and shotgun. And then that month before in October is just like, leaves are changing and deer just being deer. They're not all scared. And then elk too, when you get into elk hunting, oh my God, you're good. You want to try turkey hunting, which is a blast. And that's what I love doing. And when you hear a bull elk bugle, you're going to be like, oh my God. And you're going to become addicted.
I've heard this. I
bet you'll become addicted to elk.
I mean, probably will.
You won't stop thinking about it. It's really weird. I don't know what it is. And it's not
just like the sound of the arrow when it smacks the target, it's just, I love that sound.
That's what we gotta, what we gotta do. I'd like to do a follow-up podcast with you once you start hunting and stuff, and see how it's going.
Okay.
And then, especially when you try elk, I want to hear you call. I want to see how you're calling. And there's some really good videos out there too, like Corey Jacobson, Elk Calling Academy, to learn how to call elk. It's not hard. The bugling part, the hardest thing to do is chuckle. That is the absolute most difficult call to make. But yeah, I'm telling you, turkey hunting is like elk is turkey hunting on steroids.
Huge difference. Yeah.
I mean, right now I'm excited because tomorrow's the first day of spring season, and I just had a bunch of birds this morning. Literally, I have my blinds. All right, it's been set up. It's always up all year, and they were literally roosting right. Excuse me, right there. But I bet you tomorrow they won't be there. I know they won't.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like coming to this morning. It's like they're all over, and then tomorrow it's gonna be like, but just being out. That's the whole point. Just being out. You know, getting hopefully. I mean, I've got 6 weeks, but.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it. But well, listen, I'm glad you came on, and it's it wasn't a long podcast, but your journey's short, but we're gonna make it longer. Like I said, I want to do a follow up in the fall because I want to see where, like right now is March, you're 2 months in, and then hopefully you have your hunter safety course, all that stuff all the way,
all that done, yeah,
and maybe you'll have some tags already filled by the time. So yeah, like November or December, we'll follow up and see how your hunting season went. And hopefully you can get like an elk hunter. And so that'd be very cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And if you end up, I'm going to tell you right now, if someone sends you a DM and invites you out and you shoot some freaking giant bull, I'm going to be like, how am I not getting these invites? They'll be good though. I hope someone does. I hope someone.
It's going to happen.
I seriously, because I want you to like, not saying you missed out, but you just start later, but you're going to really enjoy this journey. You really will. There's going to be a lot of people, and you'll start seeing, like I said, Toll Archery Challenge and Archery Fest, and you're going to start attending these things and just meeting people, and it's a lot of fun. You picked a really good sport to pick up on.
Well, I thought so too. I'd always wanted to try, so here I am. So I'm ready.
Good for you. And it was never,
never too late.
Nope, not at all. And like I said, 41. Are you kidding me? What are you on? Are you on human growth hormone? Is that what's going on here?
I'm always just taking really good care of myself. That's it.
No, that's good.
Important. Yeah.
Cool. Well, listen, Hilary, give out your social media. I don't know if just Instagram, whatever you want to give out, and so people can find you.
Yeah. It is. So it's simply me _and _archery. So simply that's my Instagram page.
_and_archery.
Archery.
Okay.
Simply me and archery. Yep.
Cool. Yeah. And it's Hilary Bryant, and she's spanking brand new 2 months into bow hunting. Well, archery. Yeah. She hasn't bow hunted yet.
But I will.
We're going to find out in this fall how she did, because we're going to follow up and see how her experience has been in a year of getting into the world of archery. Again, thank you, Hilary, for coming on. This is cool. I'm glad you and welcome to the club.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye, Hilary. Have a good weekend.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.